Morning, Steve.
Morning, guys. Right, let's get going. I have not shared the screen yet, have I? Right, let's get the screen shared. Okay, then. Right, three. Right, I think we're up and running now. Am I on the screen at all on the YouTube? Do you know?
Yeah, up the top of the screen in the middle.
All right, am I? Okay, so just not disturbing too many people. Right, okay, let's get going. So, very quickly, did anybody do the EB7 this morning? Before we get cracked on.
Joaquín, y tú que dices que ganas tanto dinero en el trading, ¿por qué haces cursos?
Yeah, right. Seems to move on the YouTube channels into full play mode. I don't know why. So we had the early doors this morning. I'll just take the bell off. Everyone's joining in. Boom, 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 boom. Where are we? Zoom, zoom, zoom. I'll just take the bell off. So I'm not hearing everyone come into the room. Play, join, leave, dong. Right, okay. So there we have got that. Just stick it onto a different screen. So the EB7 this morning, just a reminder, we're closing the gap. We had the 926 cross early doors this morning, 7 o'clock, and that went straight up. I put it into the room as a trade this morning amongst the other trades. There we are. Oh, that was it, nearly finished. You don't want to see it nearly finished there. Did anyone actually take that? Any of the Aussies? Anyone take the EB7?
Yeah, I did take it.
You did? Great. And then we went to ran up to the conclusion, up to there. I'll put that back out the way on a different screen. And a nice early bird 1% trade. So great stuff. Let's get moved on. So right, well, got risk on situation today. We've got the American markets for sure. All the American markets are up. Nasdaq, the NAV come up. We've got 2.1% on the Nasdaq, 1.7% on the S&P, and the Dow up 1.4%. But not the European session suffered somewhat. We've got the DAX down 0.17 and the FTSE flat, just lost 0.1. ATR still coming down from the heady 15, 16s down to 11 on the ATR for the FTSE, and from the 82, 83s from the DAX down to 56. The volatility getting a little bit more manageable, which is pretty good. It's all about tariff policies and reactions and re-reactions, and looking to we're still waiting for the reciprocal tariff issues that we had going to come into play 2nd of April. Hopefully you've all seen the report this morning on the news, and the rationale and reason why it's risk on. There's no point in going through the verbatim everything we've got here. Major events, of course. We've got IFO business change at 9 o'clock on Germany, so expecting DAX to move on that one. And then not really anything else to talk about, really, apart from consumer confidence on the US dollar this afternoon. So the thing that the AI shot out this morning was gold going long, Euro USD long, S&P long, USD Japani going short, which is, I think, a bit tongue-in-cheek. We probably could get a reversal off a double tap when we'll look at that one. USD kind of really interested in that one, and USD crude. Well, I think this is more of a long-term thing. Some of the signals I put in the room this morning, one of the things we looked at was Aussie USD. Now we had the bots on Aussie USD as well, and we're still in that. Just in the money slightly on that one at the moment, but we'll go back and have a look at that. So what we're going to do on the FTSE today. Well, today I would like to look at, you can see that the FTSE, we're clearly trading on a 4-hour basis where we are negative on the FTSE. FTSE is negative. I'd like to see the FTSE come up to Camarilla breakout long. That would be nice if we can get the FTSE all the way up into here. And I would like to do, we've had some very, very successful puts on this. I'm very interested in 8680, 8690 puts for under 25 on that.
Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
Right, we've got gold bottoming. That's one of the alerts on gold. So be aware. I've got gold on a different screen, just looking over to my left. Gold, we cancelled the trade on gold. We didn't get the 15-minute bar break, and it's coming back down into some confluence. So we'll have a look at that as well. Right. Closing gap already done. We've already made 1%. So that's very good for the people that followed me in early doors this morning. We're in Aussie USD, and that's making money as well. But what we're going to do with the FTSE, the gap has closed. You can see we're negative. We're trading under the 200 4-hour EMA. It's all red on the Heikin Ashis, and nothing's looking particularly brilliant at all. When we're kind of looking at the market sentiment, you've got the FTSE is marginally down, but it's looking at what's happened with the US trade tariffs and mixed UK PMI reports. All the technicals, we've got certainly an option to buy, which we did for the gap, but then it's just all sell. It's all sell. The market sentiment is just, well, everyone's just grappling with uncertainties and international trade policies, particularly, of course, the US tariffs. So everyone's going to be really on the best behavior. In other words, not putting money into the market, really, in the Northern European sessions. The DAX, well, we've been experiencing progressive declines on the DAX, and I think the DAX is a sell as well. The FTSE is a sell, DAX is a sell, based on what's going on fundamentally, and to a great extent on the FTSE technically. We've got to watch out what's going on in crude, because if crude takes off like a scalded rat, it will help the FTSE come up quite nicely, and then we can get our puts in and go for that. So we're going to concentrate on the FTSE this morning. The early bird, of course, we would like to have a sell. We're a closing gap on the 22nd of March of 7,002. Didn't quite close that gap. I would like to sell into C-Ball. We need a 5-minute bar today to understand where the market's going to go, because if we get into the detail, we've got a minute to go. We've got a closing gap here. So ideally for me, 5-minute frac above the daily pivot. We've already done this trade, already made the money, but we're trading live. So let's go and see if we can make some more. So as soon as the market goes live, we're going to get up the puts and monitor those, and we'll set some puts. Anyone interested in doing the puts? Just looking over to the guys in the room. Silence. No one's interested in puts.
Yeah, Steve, I'll be doing puts.
I'll be doing the puts. They were great yesterday.
Yeah, they were fantastic, didn't they? They made a killing. Oh, God, that espresso was strong. Right. 5-minute bar. We're looking at the ATR today is like it's 11.4, so we'll call that 11. We want this pivot risk out of the way, and we want a 5-minute bar break on. So what I'd like to see now is the market's come off the bottom. We do have a closing gap to close the day, but what I'd like to do, I'd like to see the market, first of all, come up towards Camarilla breakout long, and then reverse and come back down to the daily lows. That's what we're looking for today. I'll just clean this up because we don't want to see all this painting by numbers again. That trade's done. dusted, finished. So 5-minute bar, you can see we're quite clearly trading over the 9 EMA on the 5 minutes. We've got unbalanced volume all, starting to come through. Renko blocks are heading for the sky. Everything's looking great. But what we do want to get established is that the pivot boys aren't going to sell the pivot. We want to make sure we do get a break, a nice break up here. So don't get too excited about the market taking off and feel we're missing out, because we're not missing out. We're just watching the first 5-minute impulsive move. Right. Good morning, morning, Pep, morning, Martin, morning, Andy, and 026453. I think that's Paul. I think. So I best put the stream up, hadn't I, so I can answer people. Bear with 1 minute. We're waiting for this 5-minute bar, so let's just open this live stream so I can do some typing. Best turn the mic off. Right. Right, okay. Right. There we are, I can see everyone now. Right, it's 5-minute, quite a decent 5-minute bar. It is going to be what we want is to produce a fractal. The aggressive move, of course, would be a break above the daily pivot, stop under the swing low in case we get a fade of the fill. That would have been a 14 pip stop with a 14 pip target for a 1-to-1. But let's wait and see what we get. Let's go. While we're looking at that, I'm just going to put up the puts so we can have a little look. Puts. Right. So let's put these up. Let's get this to one side, out of the way, so we can see. Right. So 86 things that I'm interested in today. 8680s, 8690s for under 25. Eighties, 8680s, 27 at the moment. So I'll be very interested in 8690s, 8625s. That would be good. The market is really rolling, so maybe, like we did yesterday, we had the market rocket up, which was quite nice, and then we sold it for 2%, and then we hammered it for the puts as well. That might be the order of the day today. We already closed the gap, but this is definitely a long shot, not a long shot, a definite trade, short trade down to the close today. Do we want to buy? What's that? So what we've been filled. I've been filled now for 8680s if you want. So what you can do here, let's do 8690s first. Click the 8690s, put an order in. You want a contract on there. You want the order in at 25, and we'll go for a 200% return. 50. Good till 11:30 today. 11:30 today. Boom. So if we get that, if we get 25s, that would be nice. This is the 5-minute bar. I do not want to take the 5-minute bar now, because when you look at the 5-minute bar, the stop would have to be under the close. 33 ticks. I prefer to wait for a higher probability reversal. So let's wait and see what we get. We've got puts at 25. If you want to buy the 860s, 8680s, I should say. I had an order this morning. I've already bought those. If you want to buy them again, you can get them at 23. I'm wanting to get a fill at 25. And I think we could get 200% on that. Like we did yesterday. It's all about patience. Patience really does pay. You've got to wait for the market to come to you. Never ever chase the market. So we're coming down here quite nicely, 27s. Just having a quick look at gold. Gold's still nowhere at the moment. I'm just looking at some different charts that I've got. Right. Okay. The reason we haven't gone long on this breakup of the 5-minute buys, this is kind of like pushing water uphill with a colander. It's bad enough walking uphill, but be having a bowl full of water and everything leaking out, it's terrible. We're better off just waiting a few minutes, just like we did yesterday, and short it. So here we are, we're 86.90s, we're getting towards our area now for the puts. So we've got the order in here. If you want to get a cheaper put, we might see a reaction straight off Camarilla break. So what we're actually seeing here for people who aren't fair with the puts, what we're saying is the market's going to close under 86.80. And, you know, I think I might just buy those now as well. And what I'm looking for is to get over 200% on that put. What we don't want to see, we might see a sell into Camarilla breakout long. So I'm going to put that in it now at 22. 22 there. I'm going to pull this out where the order's in for 25 at 86.80, and we're going to just close this up here. Just going to take that helicopter view, come out and show you what I was looking at. Right, so what we're looking at here, we've got a closing gap up here. Markets, you can see, you know, last week all hesitated around this area, and then we get the big push up on Monday, and it just failed on the daily highs. Ideal sell area is into the daily highs. However, if we get a 5-minute bar reversal on here, then we've got to, we're really we can go for that to close that gap. You know, we've got 40 odd pips in there. We don't need a big stop. So what we're looking for is a market to fail into this area. If there's no such thing as a safe stop, you could sell directly Camarilla breakout long, but you would need your stop. You would need a 31 pip stop. But your target is 43, so you're going in for a 1.5% trade anyway. If the puts, we're already in the puts, and if the better puts come in, then we'll do well as well. So let's just look at the cam chart, get this in on a Camarilla, 5 minutes. Looking at and watching the unbalanced volume here. Volume still going okay. Shame we didn't get a 5-minute fracker, but you know, that's trading for you. There was a fractal break here, but no one's going to take a fractal break here with a stop under that close. That's just gambling. I'll show you the fractals. There's a fractal there. There's a fractal breakout long. What we wanted was a fractal breakout above the daily pivot. That's what we wanted. Just to take that off. And we're looking for this area to fail. And if that doesn't fail, we might get our perfect area to short from, which is just a wee bit higher. And we'll get our puts as well. So the 86.80s, 22, we bought them for 22, the 22.4 now, 22s, the 86.90s are 27s. We've got orders in for 25. So we've just got to be patient. Just got to be patient. Just going to flick while we're waiting for this. I'm just going to have a little look at the DAX. Oh, massive index. massive indecision 15-minute bar on the DAX. But you expect that. We've got the news coming out in less than 50 minutes on the DAX. You don't want to be caught with your pants down on that. That's for sure. Let's put gold back up. Quite interesting with gold here. I'd be quite interested in walking the dog on the 15-minute bar on gold today, because we're at 30.12 at the moment. Stops under 3,000, and walk the dog 1-to-1 or 30.57 would be the target. So here we are into camera breakout long now. The 86.90s are 25.9. We might just get those. 26, 25. Let's see if we can get them. $26, $25. So not being filled on the 86.90s at the moment. We've missed it by 0.9 of a pip, but we'll see. What we're looking for is to see if the market's had enough at Camarilla breakout long. We need a 5-minute bar reversal to confirm that, and then we'll go short and we'll head down to the close here. I think, did anyone pull the trigger on 86.90s at 25 point something?
Yeah, I've got those.
You've got them, have you? I think they're saying, what's the saying that we used to say on the room? Don't be a prick for a tick. And it looks like I might have missed the order at 25 by less than 1 pip, but I'm already in on the other puts, so I'm average 23 on the other puts. That's a bit of a shame. So let's just wait and see. And it doesn't look like the market wants to go beyond Camarilla breakout long. But you never know. It's at 27 now, 26. We'll hang that out and let's see if we can get that little bit higher. Let's have a look at the detail into the Camarilla level. Look at that. Just about on the nose. So that went up to 81 point. Cam level was at 81.6 and we went up to 81.1. So 0.05 of a pip. And the market's coming off. We've got a fracker here. So that's the first impulsive move. Wave 1, as I call it. So I didn't get my 25s, so that's a shame. We'll wait until 11:30, and if it does spike up again, then we'll get the 25s later. Well done to everyone that pulled the trigger a little bit earlier. We do have the 86.80s. I've got a couple of contracts in there, an average of 23 and the 25 now, so that's okay. We want a 5-minute bar break down on here, and we want to close that gap. And we want to try and repeat what we did yesterday, make 2% coming down and make another 2% plus on the puts as well. But it's just about being patient. Yeah, the 86.90s at 31 now. So I think that was Neil shouting out, wasn't it? Well done, fella. In the money straight away on those puts. Where's Andy? Is Andy in the room? Yeah, he is. You're very quiet this morning, Andy.
Yeah, no, I'm a bit busy, Steve. I've just shorted C-Bowl, and that's just about hit target, and looking at Euro Yen at the moment.
Right, okay, yeah. Do you know what? I think I might go in aggressively on this. It'd be a shame just to get another 1%. 25. I'm just looking at this. It really is looking like it's going to come off sharpish, doesn't it? Let's get into the detail a bit. We've got a fractal reversal. There's a fractal reversal here, isn't there? You know what? We're going to go into this quite aggressively, I think. There's a fractal, but the Heikin Ashi bar broke in a 9 EMA. And there is a fractal break here. So, or the fractal break will draw there. So we could have a 22 pip stop, 25 pip target, 22 pip stop. That's 22 pip stop. And the 25 pip target, I think I said, didn't I? 25 pips. It's not quite 2%, but we are waiting for a fractal breakdown to get that. So 63s. So we've made 1% in the first trade. We've got puts in, and we're doing a FTSE short at 86.63. So this second 1 minute fractal will go in there at 22s and 25. So what would that be? 25, 1.13. That would give us over 2% for that. And if the puts come in, that gives 4% this morning on that. So we're there's a fractal breakdown here. You can see that fractal there. Can I get rid of some of this other writing? That's it. So you can quite clearly see a fractal there. If we break that fractal, then the market comes off. The danger is with this, we've got the first leg here, or wave one, or phase one. It's called many things. And this is a wave of phase two, a pullback. Then what could happen? It could then do a second wave and push into this daily, yesterday's daily high. So we don't want to be too quick. You can sell C-ball like Andy's done, but then your stop would have to be above here because the market might come further on. So we're waiting for the market to tell us. It's right, okay, so the 86.80s, you're in the money now. There are 27s. 86.90s on the puts, they're 34s. So yeah, in the money again. But we want this to come down. Let's just have a little look at I don't want to look at the DAX for the simple reason we've got the news out very shortly. My preferred sell zone for the DAX, the early bird on here, if you look at the early bird on here, this morning, the DAX early EB7 was in exactly the same place. The market came up. You did the EB7 this morning, a nice closing gap, better than a 1-to-1, so that's great. You can see the uncertainty. Pivot boys sold the pivot. You can see quite clearly up here, markets come up, sold off in the pivot, shorted the pivot. The market is is tradable. Ideal selling position today would be 23,100 to 23,170, perfect storm area here. If the market rises up above the daily pivot, but the market is very dour at the moment. Let's just go and have a little look at the other elements that we're doing. So Euro USD in the 4-hour, clearly long. You can see showing the market coming down a little bit down to the 15 minutes. So that was yesterday's trade. If you continued on, look at all these 15-minute bars yesterday. There's a 15-minute bar there. Stop under there, would have won. 15-minute bar there. Obviously would have won, didn't take them. So what we're looking for, there was nothing any good really. The 15-minute bar, touch and go. You could have took that really, but you'd be stopped out by now. But we need the market to pull down to some sort of resistance level. You can see it's coming down into some areas here. So that would probably be okay for a trade today. Technically not brilliant. You'd want it to stay above these levels at 16,233. If it can bounce off these levels and give you a 15-minute bar, then that'd be all right. The trade that we actually are in is where's also USD gone up? There it is. So we're in there, put this in this morning. It was a cheeky 10-10, just get in, get out, and get the money if we can. I just zoom out a little bit. You can see the market here is negative, but it's been very spiky on the actual news. So what I was wanting to do was technically get in, get out, and get 1% under the belt if we can. Did anyone take this trade that I put in this morning? Nobody.
I did with my own analysis.
Excellent. Okay, great. So I was a wee bit late. There is the perfect bar here. 15-minute reversal here under the 200 EMA. Everything in duck alignment. And I took it a wee bit late. I'm obviously doing the reports for this morning. And I missed it, trying to do two things at once, but got in. So if you were doing the 15-minute bar analysis, there is that bar there is your perfect storm. Whoops. There's a perfect storm bar there. It is Heikin Ashi 15-minute flat top. Under the 200, under the 9 EMA. It doesn't get any better than that. So if you are, what we'd be looking for at the top here, so the top here was 93.2, so you round that up to 94 with the spread 95, that would be 96. I just smashed it a bit late, so 96.2, there or thereabouts, and was just trying to get the momentum, so just roll off and finish on the stop, just to quite happy leave that stop, let the market just drift and drop into that 10%, at 10 pips, and give us another 1% in the bag there, and put an alert on there. Just have a quick look while we're up here, see if there's any frackers. Oh, USD Swissy, USD CAD for the bots. So look at USD Swiss very quickly. Oh, no, I don't like that one. It's no. We tried that one yesterday. Where's the window? Where's the bots yesterday? Where's the charts? Here we are. The Dirty Dozen. Tried it yesterday. 21st, and it cancelled, didn't come off. Market kept coming up. Did the Aussie USD yesterday, as you know, and unfortunately, fortunately, the software reversed, and we got a bit better than break even on the robot. And the Dow yesterday hit, even though the Dow went up like a scalded rat, when it reversed, the bot got hold of it, wrung its neck, and took 2% out of the market, which was nice. I would like to do that today. So if I forget to put it into the room, look at the NASDAQ, but a big run up on American markets.
Alert triggered.
They could do with the market coming off a bit. And I would look on the 1 hour stocks for something being oversold. Throw your bot on, let the bot do the work, rip the money out, and then take the bot off. So, as you know, these are tools. We're up 14% this month, which is down a little bit from last month, mid 17% last month. 24.9, 25 in January, February 17, March 14 so far. So it is good, doing okay. We've got 6 more days, so hopefully it will be a bit we'll get some consistency there. So USD Swiss, I don't, let's have a look at USD CAD. So I'm interested in USD CAD, wasn't I? It's on my list to look at, review, and to trade today. So let's have a look at USD CAD. Yeah, well, look at that. That's not very good at price action. That we are. No, it's not very good, is it? So we are slightly negative.
Alert triggered.
Still negative. Still negative, and we do need to. We've had a breakout of this top here. I put this alert in because if we start breaking down here, then I really will get interested in that as a trade. But at the moment, can't get too excited about that just at the moment. Have to wait and see. So we're in the money in Aussie USD. We've got the puts. We're in the money on that. We've got the FTSE that has just broken down. I'll show you the FTSE. We'll use these filters again in a minute. But let's just have a look at that FTSE. So you can see the FTSE's not that happy to come off, to be fair, is it? Let's see what the action's looking like on a 5 minute. Oh, indecision there. But we have got a 5 minute fracker here. So that would have been the one to wait for, like I did yesterday, consistency from yesterday, just out of the money slightly there. My worry was that we wouldn't get a 1-to-1. So you still would get a 1-to-1 there. We didn't get 1-to-2. The market is negative. It does not look like, looking at the volume at the Renko blocks coming down, it's not looking like this market's going to take a second leg up to the top side. So again, like yesterday, it's just a waiting game, waiting for this market to fall off. Let's have a look at gold, because we were mentioning gold before. Put your gold robots on. Get the bot. I'll just check I've got the bots on. Yeah, bots are on. Gold bots are on. Yeah. What else? What other bots are on? Nothing else. Right. Right, well, I better show you. They're on a different screen. They're the bots. So I've got we've got the gold, gold 2-2 and gold relentless. So those two are rocking and rolling. Got 11 set up to run. We're getting close to putting the BTC, trading BTC again, but not just yet. So here we are. The reason we'll come over here, I've spotted this on the other screen. This was the bar that we were looking at this morning to break, and it didn't break. Second bar would have been good, didn't break. Now we've got some oomph here onto the 15-minute bar there. So 15-minute bar isn't the perfect bar. I mean, isn't the perfect. How can I say this? The 415 reversal, perfect strategy. If you're watching this on YouTube, there is a free guide if you want to see how to get into the market. Where is the free guide? Where is the free guide? I've forgotten where the free guide is. I'll just open this YouTube channel up. It's a belts and braces, how to get into the market. I wrote it for people mainly on YouTube, because we do this anywhere. Where is it? Let's have a quick look. I'll find it across here. The 15-minute bar going there, guys. So be ready to take that. There it is. If you hit this video here, there's a download link to get the free guide, the 15 minutes. So want to take this, guys in the room, remember, under the swing low, we're going to take this 15-minute bar And all we need is simple 8.5 and 8.5, guys. 8.5 and 8.5. Don't wait to watch me press the button. There's a 15-minute bar here, 8.5, and I'm going to do a 2% trade. And that will do the job there. Great. So we're in there, and we're looking for 2% on gold. This may seem a bit quick on guys watching on YouTube, but these 15-minute bar, you got at least 15 to 30 minutes to actually get into the trade. I'm talking and running around everywhere trying to find trades for everyone, because I've got people like different assets in the room that we trade. So I'm aware of those assets. I'm jumping around trying to find the good trades for everybody. Some will take it, some won't. You've got to be a madman if you're not trading gold at the moment. If there's only one asset to trade today, then it is gold. You can trade gold today. And if you are patient, then you can either use 15-minute bars, 15-minute fractals, 5-minute fractals, and you'll be away. So what time have we got now? We've got 8:30 in the UK. So let's see if we can have got enough time for this market to move on this market, and then we can then maybe drop into some 5-minute frackers and show you, and we can do some 5-minute fractal trade. I'll just turn the trades off just for the moment. I'll get rid of the alerts and get rid of some of these painted by numbers. So the risk is, when you take a bit more of a helicopter view, the risk is the market's going to get some bears. Why people want to short gold, I have no idea, but there are people that like shorting gold. Head and shoulders pattern there, nice for a nice reversal. The left shoulder, head, right shoulder, reversal. The distance between the head and the bottom of the shoulders is usually traded. That length is usually traded to the downside. Let's have a quick measurement of that. So that is roughly 32 pips. The market came down to 25. Didn't quite come down to that head and shoulders. It's hardly going to. It's coming to this resistance here. But yeah, nice head and shoulders pattern for people who want to short, who use patterns. What we're looking for, ideally, is this market to break out of here. Let's just mark this last point up here. That would be the area to ideally trade into. Let's see where we are. Trade into, and we can get a 1-to-1 out of that, get a sneaky 2%, just snick that out of the market, and that would be great. If you get that, that would be very nice. If it breaks out above here, then we're certainly on our way to 30.57. We do have some larger targets to go for. My big target to go for is 30.89. We'll just have to wait and see what we get with that. Right. Let's have a little flip back on the FTSE. It is indecisive at the moment, the FTSE. It's going to try for this next leg. Doesn't want to come down at the moment. So this is telling me that potentially we have crude on the way up. So let's go and check on that. Crude's been up, yeah. So crude's been running up. Let's have a little look on crude. So we are broken out bullish now on crude. What did the AI come out with on crude? Let's have a quick market analysis, market news, buy and sell. Crude come out as a possible short. Right. And a possible, well, let's have a look at these anyway. Let's have a look. So for the people who aren't aware, we use quite a bit of AI technology in the trading room, and I have some written bots that research the market. They go to about 120, 128 different sites every morning. They analyze all the sites, all the market analysis, and then they find the three highest probability shorts, the three highest probability buys. Each one has to have three independent sources, all saying the same. And then it gives me a heads up of what the market thinks. So this is the top buys and the top sells. According to the market, not necessarily according to us in the trading room, but it is and has been for quite a while now, quite reliable. But we can add things into this. So like we use our AI, our filters here that tell us what's going to go along. We've got a gold stop and reverse on the 4 hour just come up. So that's something that we want to have a look at right at this moment as well. So it's coming up with gold as the top. Oh, I obviously agree with that. Euro USD, yeah. S&P, well, we all know Mickey Long. We all like to buy the S&P. This is a very high reversal, and I'm not sure about crude. Crude looks like, for me, it looks like it's going to continue going long. And USD CAD is a short. So I like all of these apart from crude. And if we're going to do USD Japanese short, then you need to be sniping in that one. But 120 odd sites, all the analysts in the world, all the Reuters, Bloomberg, you name them, it looks at everything. Each one has three independent sources, and we publish that every single morning in the room, as well as the what's happening in the world. Have I still got that? Yeah, what's happening in the world. It also produces this report, market sentiment, are we risk on, are we risk off? What's happening in the world with all the different links, so you can go and find out where all the sources are. And yeah, okay, let's get stop the waffle and let's have a look. Crude is on the way up. That's going to pull the FTSE up. So quick look at crude. We are trading above the 9 EMA. The price action, the price momentum is certainly to the upside now. Price action is certainly up to the upside. There's the gap where the market closes for momentarily and opens back up again. Quite bit naughty there. You can see this spike down. This will be people trying to buy crude, and then looks at the market makers are flushing out everyone, flushing the stops out in the market, going back to the top. General practice, nothing new there. Bit naughty, but if you were patient and waited for the 15-minute bar, boom, perfect 15-minute bar there, going to the long side. And you've got everything from 15 minutes to 4 hours on your side. But we are pressing into unknown territory there. And I'm not going to follow that one up. Just have a look at, we're just going to look at that stop and reverse on gold. So at the 15-minute level, and that's what we were using to trade, and we wanting to break out of here. Let's get rid of this old. We're wanting to break here. So going to the 4 hour, this is for people who maybe working, can't stay on the screens for very long. So what we've got here is what's known as, it's a swing trade on gold. And what we're looking for on the 4 hour, we're looking at the market to dip under the 30th percentile, which it did. It still is, it's under 28. So it's come up on the filters as a potential swing trade that will obviously take more than that. It'll take 1 to 3 days, something like that. And what we're looking for here is to take the first piece of green that we see on here. I'm going to get that cross. The first piece of green here with a stop under the swing long. and you would go for a 1-to-1. So where we are, there's the first piece of green, there's the high. Your stop would be 0.3 of the spread. So really you're looking at 19.5 as your stop. 19.5. If you want belts and braces, 22 pips. And then you're looking for this market probably to come up to here for 1%, or pushing into the all-time record highs on the stop and reverse. So what you're looking for is the market to come down, give you a signal. I'll just show you one that was prepared earlier, and a much better signal than this, I must admit. Market came down under the 30th percentile, crossed here, give you a green candle here, and that trade there was a break here, stop under the swing low there, 24. See that you would use 25 on that. And then two ways you can do this. You can take it to the next highs, or a 1-to-1, 25, or you hang it out on the SAR to the 9 EMA, and let 9 EMA tell you when it's done. So you're trading and trading and trading until you get a close under 9 EMA, boom, and there's your close. So that particular trade took 9 days, and that particular trade, 133 pips divided by 25, give you 5.3%. That's using the stop and reverse function. Now we've got a stop and reverse here. So there's another one here, 19.5, going up into here. So if you want to take a stop and reverse, then you know exactly what to do now. I think I'm just going to futures market. I'm just going to go into the futures market. I'm going to put a one on. Bear with me 1 minute, guys. I'm going to just put that trade on, but not on cash market, on futures market. April futures market by 19. Stop. And boom. Right. Closing only. Good old IG. Let's put a June contract on that. Right. So that's a stop and reverse. We've got Euro USD, which is one of the trades we were actually looking at today. That come up in the actual buy. Crude is testing the 4-hour 200 EMA. Yep, that sounds like Paul. Yeah, we've just looked at that. It's broken the 200 EMA, and it's broken through. And what we want it to do is have a lovely failure, and that will help drag the FTSE back down. But great, thanks for putting that in the room. I think it's Paul. Thanks, Paul. Right, so let's just have a look at this one. So we have the Euro USD. Let's just have a quick look at the Dixie, because the Dixie will be go generally opposite direction to this. Where's the Dixie dollar basket referred to as the Dixie? Market's going up, and therefore the dollar is going down. So what we can do on PRT is do an overlay, demonstrate how this actually works. So let's put how these pairs, the dollar basket with against a whole bunch of currencies with the euro US dollar. Where is it? Euro. Did everyone from yesterday, did you go and print off that graph, that picture that we showed you? Maybe? Nobody? It's what, you know, when you come in the room, you first learn. It's one of the first documents that you actually read. And it really illustrates what I'm going to show you here. So if we compare an instrument, and we'll put the Dixie on, dollar basket, and that will be an overlay on a dollar basket. And now if we look at the, whoops, look at the dollar basket, it's more pronounced if we put it into a shorter time frame. There we are. What you'll actually see here is that whatever the this is the dollar basket, whatever the dollar basket is doing, the market will do the opposite generally. So can I get into it? And that's a bit more pronounced there. So you can, as a market, you can see here on Tuesday, early doors, no idea what was going to happen. As the dollar basket takes off, euro dollar goes down. As the dollar starts going back up, the euro comes down. And 57% of the weighting on a dollar basket is the euro. So this is where you get this reflective look. So if you ever wanted to trade the euro USD, you're not sure which direction it might be going, put the dollar basket up. It'll give you a really good heads up of what will potentially happen, because it's nearly a mirror image on everything. So the dollar basket starts dropping off, then we're going to get another move to the top side. Take the dollar basket off, and then we'll come back into the detail on here. So this comes up as a stop and reverse. So what you're looking for here is the first green bar here, to take a trade, a break of the first 4-hour green bar there for a stop and reverse function. We've just been filled on the 80 on the FTSE. We've just been filled on the 8690s at 25. So fantastic. That was worth leaving that one on. So back into the 1 hour. So what I was looking for was a breakout of this consolidation. But as everyone knows in the room, what usually happens 9 times out of 10 is if the market is going in a particular direction and then you get a consolidation, 9 times out of 10, it will break in the same direction as it entered, which was negative. However, we're into a 4-hour support area. So what we have to do, again, is be patient. We go into the 15-minute, I think I'll have probably, yes, I will. Yeah, I did, right. So what I'd said early doors this morning is this needs to break out before we are interested, or the market needs to give us something into this 4-hour area. So we are getting towards, you know, being interested now in this. Let's get rid of all this painting by numbers. I'll put this in the room this morning. So I keep drawing these the wrong way around, don't I? Yeah. That's the wrong way around, of course. It was a break up with a red to the bottom. Right. So what we're looking for here is just remind ourselves where this has come from again once more. So you can see that we've got this is a 4-hour resistance line. We know that because it's in mustard color. If you come out to 4-hour, you can see the mustard here. All right. So what we're looking for is the market to break up. You can see the market structure here has been trying to move to the top side, but we've just got to be patient. Just got to be patient and wait till we see a really decent candle. That was a nice candle here. A break of the stop would have been under here, and you'd have been stopped. You'd have closed it out anyway. But this is a good indication, you know, that if you're using your belts and braces strategy, in other words, looking at that 15-minute guide, that's free, if you want to go and download it, you would not have took that 15-minute bar because you are trading under the 200 15-minute EMA. And that keeps you very, very safe. Yeah, it gives you a real good belts and braces trade. Now here, we're similar to here. The market rejected off a 4-hour. It's gone a little bit deeper and rejected off a 4-hour. But for me, looking at this structure, rather than taking a 15-minute bar here, stop at, you know, a 15-minute 4:15 reversal, that is a strategy. You can see, well, it kind of worked here. That was very nice. Dropped around very deeply. A lot of rejection points here. There was a 15-minute bar here that actually did work, but didn't come all the way down here. They don't work all the time, just about 80% of the time. So you just got to be patient and work out which is the best. So if you're waiting for the 15-minute bar on the belts and braces, then really you kind of, you don't want to be entering until you're at 108.18. I'd be happy to break the structure and go along into here. I'm going to leave that in, but I'm just looking here, the average true range on, I want to use a 1-hour ATR, needs to be above 11. So that was under these. What I'm looking for is this structure to be broke. On this particular structure here, the bottom of the fractals, if I turn those on, that will show you where the base of the fractal is. And on that area, that's where you need your stop. And this is coming to a 61.8 fibble, which is coming into some resistance here. So that's what you really need to be looking at. Yeah. So you can put some alerts, be patient, and see what the market is going to give you, give us. This does need to be broken, I think. So I think we'll wait on here for a day trade, for a stop and reverse. Then you've got 3 hours left yet for this bar to complete, which won't change green. And then you've got another 4 hours for a green bar. So you are 8 hours away from a trade on the stop and reverse. But so if you come back just after lunchtime, you probably could put a long on that and keep an eye on that in the room, guys. So gold, there's another stop and reverse, but the gold bar has already happened. We're already in gold, and we're looking for 2% out of gold, and we're looking for this declining oblique resistance line to be broken and to close above it. We had a general little close here, but the market fell away. So what we're looking for is this bottom fractal to be held, and we're trading just into this area. Just let's see if we can get in and out and make a few rupees doing that. Nat gas with Euro Swiss, that's interesting. Oh, it's horrible action. Forget that one. Right, let's go and have a look at the bot. Oh, USD Swiss bot says it's ready. So this is where I would look. This is one of the trades I was looking at today. It's some of the trades we've done before and yesterday and won. A break below that support would be good, but I hadn't realized it's done a double top here. Let's just clean that up. But also, guys, switch your bot on. Get the USD Swiss on, USD Swiss, USD so we don't miss it. USD Swiss. We'll put that bot on. No bot found. USD Swiss. Where's my USD Swiss bot? I accidentally deleted it. USD Swiss. I'm just going to put it on from here. USD Swiss. There it is. Why I can't get it on here? Right. On different screen. Sure, I had that up. I have got it on. Delete. Switch on. One on. Switch US. So bear with me, guys. If you're in the Dirty Dozen, please switch it on. USD Swiss. That's it. It's on. Running now. Oh, it's locked up. Come on. Do get frustrated with PRT sometimes. You might be clicking the buttons too quickly for its little brain to catch up. There we go. So we're in there now. Right. Oh, better show you. There we are. There. Oh, let's pull it across. USD Swiss. And just check the stop on it. 19. So what I'm going to do, make sure we put it in for the rest of the room. And we'll put USD Swiss 19. Copy that, put it into here, paste. $25. So we're getting at it. Copy that. Copy. Picture. Okay. And then stick it into the trading room on Slack. There we are. Dirty Dozen community. Put it now. Boom. Right. So if you, as you know, if you're in the Dirty Dozen, you're in a unique room with me trading and using the Dirty Dozen. So if anyone gets a Dirty Dozen, they automatically come into my trading room and trade with me. So best put that in here now. The log, copy, paste. There we go. And we've got one on today, USD Swiss. I don't know why I've got that one on, because it's got such a huge spread. I should take that off. I'm not interested in trading that one. Right, let's get back to it. Aussie, so just get the gold up again. We finished gold, didn't we? We finished gold, yeah. So it looks like it's going to move off. We're waiting for the stop and reverse on gold. Forex. I think that was one. And is Andy still in the room? Where's he gone? He's still in the room. Is this the one that you're interested in going long in, Andy? Oh, he's gone. So this was actually, there's a nice 15-minute bar there. Nice 15-minute bar with a flat bottom, trading above the 200 EMA. That's quite nice. On the Richter scale, we've got Euro at 4.43 and Japani at 4.7. So Euro, no, it's 6.1. So we've got the Euro at 4.5 now and the Japani at 6.1. So it's going to be a slow change, that potentially. But still a potential. That is the breakup now if you want to take it. I'm not personally going to take that. I prefer structural break here to confirm that, because the market has been putting lower highs and lower lows. So I want to see structure change. But if you're using a 415 reversal, then that is absolutely fine. That is meets every single condition. It meets the conditions for a 415 reversal. It's more than likely going to work. High probability of it working. It's sprung loaded down on the 1 hour. The 4 hour, not so much, but you can see on the 4 hour, you can stay overcooked on the stock for quite a while. And this could turn back up and go back up to our targets that we'd had previously of 16,350. We are in Aussie. While we're keeping on the Forex, let's go back and have a look at Aussie USD, see what's happening. Absolutely nothing. We were hopefully going to get in and get out, but the market seems to be consolidating sideways at the moment. So we have to wait and see. Came down to 78 and we needed 76. We'll wait and see what we get out of that. We've got the puts in the FTSE. The 20, we've got them in 86.90. That means the FTSE, quick look at crude, that means crude's come up. The FTSE has come up, which means you can short it from higher up. Okay, let's quickly have a look at the alerts.
Triggered.
What's shouting at me? Alert triggered. Euro USD.
Alert triggered.
Euro USD is on an alert going on. So very quickly, oil's going up, so the FTSE will be going up. But let's go back. Euro USD has been an alert, so let's go and have a look at Euro USD. So why is that triggered? We have life on balance volume on the 15 minutes. We need to see that green. Yes, market's picking up, average true range is picking up, people are buying in. There is a 15-minute bar hit and miss, absolute perfect 15-minute bar off a 4 hour. Now, we want to be careful because we had the same action here, which then failed. So you can trade that. I would probably trade half stakes, and then on a breakout here, I would add the other half, I think, because it has failed before and it has been down to the 4 hour resistance. But you know, that is a nice bar, but it's the price action is positive. The momentum in this time frame is negative. So if we want to get a really high probability trade or a higher probability trade, then what we need to do is to see structure broken. If we can break structure, then we can get in. That would be good. Let's go and have a look at the FTSE, because we can short the FTSE from higher up, I think. And we've got this closing gap to close, and we do want it closed. We have now got our, it's just not wanting to play ball, is it? We've got our puts in. We've got our 86.90s. Got those for 25. Very nice. We've got 86.80s to 20, average of 23. Nice. That gap does need to be closed. There's a hole in the market there, and we want to close that. So the market has come up. We just got pipped here. The market came up, just pipped above there. So we do need that larger stop. Zoom out. So this is the high of yesterday. So we do have the 86.90s in market. So the market is going to close below 86.90s, which that would be nice. Quite confident that that will happen unless we get breaking news, economic breaking news, then all bets are off the table. If you want to do a fire and forget trade, you could put you could do 2 trades. You could just push the half in now with a stop above here, and then an order in on the daily high as well. And obviously you'll be in with one of them. You're in with the puts with potential 2% on the table for the puts. We closed the gap this morning, made 1%. Oh, best look at the right. Anyone said? All right, okay. Everyone's quiet this morning. They're quiet in the room as well. It's a change. Market. When the FTSE's doing this, we've got these high test patterns up here, high test and rejections. It is starting to build. We have Heikin Ashi flat bottoms, which is always a great indication of this market is still got some legs. A couple of ways to trade this. If you staying into a 15-minute scenario, the ideal thing would have been a 5-minute candle break under the 9 EMA. Would be now that we failed on here, all this indecision, we're going to need to let the market tell you when it's ready to close, start closing down. So you're either going to take a 5-minute break under the 9 EMA, a fractal reversal here, or if I'm looking at tight stops, or you're going to put half stakes in here now, and you're going to have a about 37. We want to make sure that the 78.2, there's a gap in the market, so you do need to be above this level. 37, there's a 1% trade there. But I think I'm gonna not have a big stop. I think we're going to wait for the market to tell us it's done with a 5-minute bar. So the puts are in the money now. Very nice. Gold's in the money. Aussie USD's in the money. We just want to get into here and close that gap. Let's just take this off. We want to get down to here. So we want to close on the 9 EMA here. $23 seconds to go. It looks like the next 5-minute bar may well confirm. We're getting a bit of body in the bars here. These indecision bars, when you get wicks that are larger than the body, then they're not really good signals. We need the wicks smaller than the body. So we need a bit of meat on the body. Now, this is looking more like it. I will take this if this completes under the 9 EMA. On balance volume is down. Which is good. Coming for a nice trade here, guys. Gold's on the way up, very nice. Futures, very nice. It's all working good. Aussie USD keeps dropping into the money and out of the money. It's indecisive at the moment. Puts are in the money on gold, on the FTSE, and we just need this now to close under the 9 EMA, and we will be off on a trade. Watch your on-balance volume here. You can get these off the website as well. It might be in the link. There will, on all the videos, there's probably a link for the OBV9. You get those on for Pro Real Time and for Trading View. Work on both. Great indicator, one of the very few forward-looking indicators, telling you where the volume's going. So I've got this a Heikin Ashi flat top, really, really good sign. 3 minutes left in the decay on that candle. So 3 minutes to go. We need a close under here. On balance volumes already told us the decay is happening. So we'll see. But I'll let the market tell you it's done. Gold's certainly we're heading towards so we're a quarter of the way there for 2% on gold. We'll just keep on here and we'll wait for this and we'll trade this. Gold's up 2.2, just looking at the other charts. Breaking up nicely on a descending oblique 15-minute resistance. 2 minutes left on here. So if we get a close under here with a nice Heikin Ashi flat top, no indecision, markets accepted the open price is the highest point in this time frame, which is nice. And we could get a 2%er out of here because we've got a tight entry. We've got the 86.90 puts and the 86.80 puts, which is nice as well. Just wait and see. Let's clean this up a little bit. We don't need the fractals because we're not going to fracture this. We're just going to take a close under here. So let's just get ready for this. Just looking at the bottom here, could round this to 70. Stops would have to be 16 pip stops. $16 and $32, 2% trade, a 1 to 2 risk reward. 37 seconds to go. We can put this in at 70 now. There. Entry 86, 70, 16 and 32. So we're on for a 2% trade. We've got the puts 86.80s and the 86.90s also. We're just waiting for that to break down now. Let's just have a look at how that looks on a 15-minute. I've started to see a wee bit of red there. And we just want this market to come tumbling off now and take us down into the close. put an alert on that. You don't have to sit and watch it. Alerts there. We've decided what we're going to do. I'll put an alert a bit higher up just in case it changes its mind. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Look at gold. We'll quickly run through the filters and see where we are. Gold, well, it's not really moving too much, is it now? But yeah, we are on there on this 15-minute bar here. Let's put the filters on the Forex. Oh, must have saved Euro Japan. This was a trade going to the top side, which could have been okay. If the alert goes off, I'll be interested. There is the 15-minute bar. And didn't quite alert off. It looks visually, it looks like it should have done, but it hasn't alerted off. And if we can break this double top out of here, which we haven't been able to, then that's something that might be of interest. Euro USD, that is on the placemat. If you've taken the 15-minute bar, there is a perfect 15-minute bar above the 9 EMA. You can always say I could wait for that one, but this is live trading and you don't know what's happening in the next bar. So if you click across here, indecision bar, no one takes indecision bars. 15-minute bar above the 9 EMA. Great. If you are using a 15-minute guide, then there's no way you're going to trade that at the moment. You're waiting for the market to build up. I mentioned this morning, I would like that structure broken to give me confidence that this is not just going to reverse back down to here, but there we go. Let's put a few of the filters on. The perfect short. Oh, USD CAD. It's come up as a getting onto the perfect short. What the perfect short means is that everything from 5 minutes to 4 hours is on your side. So the perfect short only comes up when the 4 hour, the 1 hour and the 15 are all negative, and the 5 minute is sprung loaded here, ready to go down. So kind of doesn't get any better than that on this type of trade. Do I want to take this on the top of this box? I will take this if I can get a one-to-one within the scope of that box, because it might just be. So there's that's interesting, isn't it? That's hardly like a Marabuzu candle with no wicks. But there's a great candle, second best candle you can get. 12 spread is just about 2, 14.50. No, it's no good. So I wouldn't take that. If I could get a one-to-one risk reward into the bottom of this box, then I would take that. So still waiting for this. And is there a perfect long? USD Japani. Now USD Japani come up on the AI, didn't it, for a potential short? And you can see why it's come up for the potential short. It's come up for a double tap here. For me, I'd want to break the 4 hour EMA. This is what I put this in 6 o'clock this morning. I'm interested in this. If we break back down through this support line under the 200 EMA, target this area down here, we will get a bounce up, take profit take, and then head down to target 1 and then target 2. But until that happens, not interested. The market is not interested either. It's just blipping along on a sideways fashion. Let's just have a. So there's a perfect long, the perfect short. Perfect long setup for the FTSE. Oh dear, we don't want that. Oh, that's come off. It must have been me. the Indy 415 reversal to the long side. So this is another strategy that we have. This would be to look for the 15-minute bar reversal to the long side to extend this further. It's already overextended, so don't really want to do that. Is there anything pull back on the short? No. On the 1 hour, on the long US tech, that's for this afternoon. Market needs to roll off on that one. 4 hour pound order. You can see here that it's been bouncing along here, and that the filters picked that up. It's also picked up the Euro USD as well as potentials, but we know that because we're waiting.
Alert triggered.
There's an alert just gone off there, so let's have a look at the alert. FTSE's coming back up. Let's go and have a look at the FTSE. So yeah, we do need 1 minute's not flipping good to anyone. So you can see here, this is why we need the confirmations. Right, whoops. Camera's gone off. I think I'd be happy to leave that there on that, because that is now a fractal breakout as well as a 5-minute bar. And I think what I will do is put an alert all the way up here towards these daily highs. We're gonna go for breakfast in a minute. So 11 o'clock, not 11 o'clock. We could see this up around here around 10 o'clock this morning, I think. If it breaks down, then we'll be heading for that close. All the puts will be heading. If and when we get down to the close today, don't forget, we'll cash your puts in. You'll be up over 200% on the puts if it comes to the close today. If the market comes up higher, then it would be worth, really, I think, you could just put a tongue-in-cheek order in at 86.95 for a short there. If the market can go that high, it doesn't look like it's going to go much higher, but doesn't look like it's going to find a direction at the moment. I think I'm going to put that order in now. I'm going to keep this order in for the market to break and drop. And then what we're going to do is at 90, we'll put this at 94 with a 19 pip stop. 19 pip stop. So 19 pip stop. At 94. If it gets that high, I'm not sure it will get that high, but if we get 94 in here with a 19 pip stop, and then of course we're going to have to take that all the way down to the close into here. So we'll be looking at nearly 3% trade there. So whatever happens, we've got the puts in anyway. We will get a trade if the market eventually gives up. If the market starts creeping up to the daily highs, then we'll have some of that. Tell me this crude must be coming, must be staying up. It is, yeah. Crude keeping. This is what's keeping the market up. 26% of the FTSE constituents of FTSE are oil companies. If the oil's going up, then oil companies going up, then it's going to be hard for the market to drop off. Just going to have to see. Just got to be patient. Quick look at gold before we go. Well, gold's not moving very quickly either, but it's moving. So we just have to wait and see where we get to. And then final run to the USD, Euro USD, as a USD Japani, that needs
Alert triggered.
to break up.
Alert triggered.
So that alert triggered is telling me we've just gone short on the FTSE. Being triggered into the FTSE. We'll have a look at that. Final one look before I go. And this is Euro USD, nice 15-minute bars going good. But if it breaks above here, then I certainly will be interested in that. Final flick onto the FTSE. And the mark keeps, I'm going to save that on 5 minutes. We keep getting this, there we are. There's the alert triggered, 2 alerts. So I'm going to keep the trades on. We're looking for 2% down to the close, looking for the puts into the close. It would be helpful if oil flow off, turned around or stopped going up so much. But I'm going to go now. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. And we'll be on every Tuesday at least from now on, streaming live on a Tuesday morning. So thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Gonna sign off and let's go. Right. So in the room, in my room, anyone got any questions before I go? No. Gareth, did you get my note?
I didn't get your note, Steve. Sorry.
Did I think I sent a note into Slack yesterday. You were looking for a one-to-one, weren't you, on
This afternoon, yeah, it'd be great.
yeah, okay, yeah, no problem. How about 3 p.m. UK?
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Steve.
All right, I'll see you this afternoon, fella. See
See
you
you. Have a
then.
good day. Bye-bye.
Nobody else. Bye-bye then.